happening. Inspired by the Freedom Convoy in Canada, similar convoys are rising up all over the world. As we speak, a mass number of convoys are arriving in Paris and Vienna, and here in the States, students are starting to walk out of their schools in defiance of mask mandates. Gang, the worldwide populist uprising is beginning, and it could not be more beautiful. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I am your daily fake news antidote, helping you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe. Before we begin, gang, just a quick note. Many of you have asked how you could support this channel and keep our coverage of world events going. And really, the best way you can do that is by clicking on the link below and visiting our awesome merch store. We have some of the best Patriot merch on the planet. We got punchy and fun t-shirts and all kinds of merch that you're going to absolutely love. We get regular feedback on how much people love these t-shirts when they see you wearing them in public. It's a great way to spread Patriot hope and support this channel at the very same time. So make sure to click on that link below or go to store.turleytalks.com. That's store.turleytalks.com. And I cannot thank you enough for your awesome and your wonderful support. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. You know the old saying, courage is contagious. And that courage that we're seeing on display with the Freedom Convoy in Canada is spreading throughout the entire world. Now, we're beginning to see comparable convoys particularly rise up in Europe. Perhaps the largest convoy outside of Canada is France, where truckers are planning on gathering in Paris today, February 11th, and tomorrow in a movement initiated by the Freedom Convoy in Canada to end mandates throughout their nation as well. As you can see, scores of tractors and campers are on their way to Paris, many of which left last night. Massive tractor trailers are crossing the nation with Paris as their destination, and scores of supporters are coming out to show their solidarity with the truckers. This is a nightmare scenario for Macron, the president of France. The last thing he needs right now is a massive uprising just before the upcoming presidential election. We'll get into in a moment what he's trying to do in response to all this. But in addition to Paris, the first trucks have begun to arrive in Vienna, Austria. Jack Posobiec tweeted out, "The liberation of Vienna has begun." It's so cool. A massive convoy of farmers is joining the truckers to the Austrian capital, promising to push the capital to the brink in their effort to bring an end to these mandates once and for all. Now, here's the scene in Paris as we speak. Government armored vehicles are pouring into the city ahead of the anticipated arrival of the massive convoy. The Macron government is hell-bent on making sure another yellow vest uprising doesn't explode just ahead of the presidential elections, which are going to be literally coming up in the next weeks. The same goes for Vienna. Police are out in full force as convoys approach the capital of Austria. It's obviously an intimidation tactic. Austrian officials are not being caught sleeping the way woke joke Trudeau and Sleepy Joe were. They're being very proactive in establishing very clear perimeters and barricades. In other words, very clear limits on this convoy that's approaching. But all of this police mobilization isn't going to stop it. I mean, this is much bigger than trucks and tractors. For example, here's a scene coming out of Naples, Italy, where people are eating and drinking together without a vax passport and masks. Apparently, it's being reported that a number of bars and restaurants in Naples have stopped asking their customers to show their vax passports. And you may have seen this scene. This is coming from Torino, where locals have assembled a massive outdoor restaurant that enables people to eat and drink outside together with no vax passport requirements whatsoever. And in Verona, one of my favorite cities in Europe, thousands of patriots came out protesting what they're calling the health apartheid of the Draghi government. You know, I was in Verona a couple of years back in that very square, celebrating along with tens of thousands of other Italians the revitalization of the natural family in reversing Italy's demographic winter. That was for the World Congress of Families back in 2019. I got to speak there with Matteo Salvini and Giorgia Meloni, both of whom will be back in power very soon. I think Italy's ready to explode. But as you can see, the Canadian Freedom Convoy really has tapped into something here, and that's the growing sense among populations that the mandates have ceased being about a virus and it becomes something else, something far more menacing. And of course, patriots have been warning about this for the last couple of years, but finally more and more people are coming to realize this rather shocking realization that the mandates are more a symbol of technological tyranny that doesn't plan on going away anytime soon. More and more populations that gave their leaders the benefit of the doubt over the last couple of years are beginning to sense that that trust has been irrevocably violated. And so they're standing up with these protesters and demanding that the mandates be lifted in full and that we go about living our lives as we see fit. This sentiment is becoming so powerful that it's even manifesting itself in our nation's schools. You may have seen this. Take a look. Wow, I mean, that's so cool. These are students from Stevenson High School in Illinois. They walked out and protested the school's ongoing mask mandates, and they're not alone. Here's another school in Chicago where the students are telling school officials what they can do with their ongoing mask mandates. And we can keep going on and on. More and more people every single day, and keep that in mind, more and more people with every single passing day are saying enough is enough. We're done. We are done. Our kids are done. And if our politicians aren't done with this, then we're going to replace them with ones who are. And so it really does appear that we're beginning to see nothing less than a worldwide uprising against the permanent political class. We're seeing it all over the world, and we're seeing it everywhere on bridges, in schools. Patriots have had enough. And we may indeed be seeing the cultural tide turning like never before. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on a newly elected Patriot school board firing their woke superintendent. All his Patriots have begun fighting back all across the nation. It's going to absolutely make your day. So make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.